Before we dive into the fascinating story of the Book of Jubilees, take a quick moment to hit that we subscribe on button and turn on notifications. You'll never miss out on deep dives like this one, and it really helps support the channel so I can continue bringing you more amazing content. All right, now let's get into it. The Book of Jubilees, often called the Lesser Genesis, is an ancient Jewish text that retells many stories from the Bible, but with added details and a unique chronological framework. It's a fascinating book because it's not only a retelling, but also offers new insights and explanations for many key events in the early biblical narrative. Written sometime between the 2nd century BCE and the 1st century CE, it was highly regarded by some Jewish sects, including those at Qumran, where many copies were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. But what makes the Book of Jubilees so unique? Well, unlike the traditional Bible, this book divides history into a series of 49-year periods known as Jubilees. Each Jubilee is made up of 7 cycles of 7 years, and it presents a highly structured timeline of the world from the creation to the time of Moses, totaling 50 Jubilees, or 2,450 years. The story begins, much like the book of Genesis, with the creation of the world. But instead of stopping there, Jubilees gives us an exact date. The world was created on the first day of the first week of the first Jubilee. Everything has its place, and there's a sense of cosmic order that runs throughout the narrative. It's not just about the events, but about when they happened and how they fit into this grand, divinely orchestrated timeline. One of the most intriguing aspects of Jubilees is its emphasis on angels and heavenly tablets. According to the book, angels played a significant role in transmitting divine knowledge to humanity. It's these angels who recount the events to Moses, allowing him to write the scriptures. They even reveal that everything that has ever happened or will happen is already recorded on heavenly tablets. This gives a sense of destiny, where everything follows a divine script. In this version, even the Sabbath has a cosmic significance. It's not just a human commandment, but an eternal decree written in the very fabric of time. The book insists that keeping the Sabbath is not only a sign of obedience, but also of alignment with the divine order of the universe. The Book of Jubilees offers a much more elaborate explanation of how evil entered the world than Genesis does. Here, the focus is on the Watchers, angels who were supposed to guide humanity, but instead became corrupt. They descended to earth, mated with human women, and produced the Nephilim, giants who wreaked havoc on the world. Their evil influence led to the spread of sin and ultimately to the flood that wiped out most of humanity. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Jubilees explains that the spirits of the Nephilim didn't die with their bodies. These spirits became the demons that continue to torment humanity. So according to Jubilees, the origin of demons traces back to these rebellious angels and their offspring. The story of Abraham is one that's deeply explored in the Book of Jubilees. While his journey is also covered in Genesis, Jubilees adds layers of detail. For example, it provides specific dates for key moments in Abraham's life, like his birth, the time he left Ur, and when he made his covenant with God. In Jubilees, Abraham is portrayed as the ultimate righteous man, and the book emphasizes his obedience to God. Interestingly, it also introduces the idea that Abraham celebrated certain festivals long before they were officially given to the Israelites. This suggests that even before the law was handed down to Moses, there was already an eternal divine law in place, one that righteous men like Abraham instinctively followed. One of the central themes in Jubilees is the covenant between God and the people of Israel. But unlike in the traditional biblical narrative, where the law is given specifically to Moses at Mount Sinai, Jubilees insists that the law has existed since the dawn of time. The book presents the idea that figures like Noah, Abraham, and Jacob already knew the law and followed it, even before it was formally codified. It paints a picture of a cosmic law that governs not just humanity, but the entire universe. The stars, the seasons, and even the angels follow this law. This eternal law is linked with the heavenly tablets, and breaking it results in serious consequences. If you've ever heard of the mysterious biblical figure Enoch, you'll be intrigued by his role in Jubilees. The book presents Enoch not just as a righteous man, but as the one who received divine wisdom and knowledge about the universe. He's credited with establishing the calendar that the Israelites were supposed to follow. This calendar is based on a solar year of 364 days, and Jubilees takes great pains to explain its importance. Deviating from this calendar is seen as a major sin, and according to the book, it's one of the reasons why people fall into idolatry and false worship. The correct observance of time is crucial for staying in alignment with God's plan. So why does this book matter? While it didn't make it into the final canon of the Hebrew Bible or Christian Old Testament, the Book of Jubilees was highly influential in the ancient Jewish world. Its detailed chronology and its emphasis on a cosmic eternal law provided a framework for understanding not just the events of the Bible, but the entire history of the universe. It was especially popular among Jewish sects like the Essenes, who lived at Qumran and who sought to live according to strict interpretations of the law. And while it may not have achieved the same level of recognition as other biblical texts, its impact can still be seen in other works of Jewish literature and even in early Christian thought. So there you have it, a deep dive into the Book of Jubilees, a text that offers a fascinating glimpse into ancient Jewish thought. If you're interested in learning more about ancient texts, the Bible, and the mysteries of religious history, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what part of the Book of Jubilees intrigued you the most, and as always, thank you for watching.